Nice Girls Don't Win, How I Burned It All Down to Claim My Power by Parvati Shallow is a visceral memoir of transformation, an unflinching dive into the tension between performing niceness and reclaiming true power. It begins in a secluded Florida commune, where Parvati was raised under the watch of a charismatic, domineering female guru. In this strange and insular world, obedience, silence, and spiritual conformity were the rules. This early environment planted deep seeds of self-doubt and people-pleasing, which she would carry far beyond the commune walls. As she broke away from the commune in adolescence and entered mainstream society, Parvati discovered a new kind of pressure, the need to belong. She became a master of performance, funny, agreeable, charming, always reading the room, always adapting. These skills served her in the world of entertainment and media, but they were also a continuation of the pattern, pleasing others as a survival strategy. Niceness, she began to realize, had become her armor and her prison. Parvati's entry into reality television through Survivor was the moment her public persona was born. The game, with its ruthless strategy and social manipulation, required her to lean into a persona that was cunning and charismatic. She became known as a Black Widow for her ability to disarm, manipulate, and dominate the game, all while smiling. But behind that smile was an emotional dissonance. Winning the game came at a personal cost. The very traits that helped her survive in the competition mirrored the tools she had used to survive her childhood, masking vulnerability, controlling perceptions, and suppressing her inner truth. Life after reality TV didn't bring peace. The death of her younger brother and the eventual breakdown of her marriage forced Parvati to confront everything she had spent years avoiding. Grief shattered her illusions of control. The pain was too great to hide behind strategy or charm. For the first time, she couldn't play the part. These experiences cracked her open, demanding that she examine her coping mechanisms, her beliefs, and her deep-seated fears. Writing the memoir itself became an act of defiance. Parvati reclaims her narrative not just from television producers or public perception, but from the internal voices that told her to shrink. Putting her story to paper required confronting shame, rage, and grief. But it also offered a new kind of power, the authority to tell her own truth. She emphasizes that storytelling was not just a creative act, but a spiritual one, rewriting the script of who she is and what she deserves. The transformation she undergoes is neither neat nor linear. As she dives into breathwork, yoga, somatic healing, and mindfulness, she begins reconnecting to her body and spirit, areas she had long dissociated from. These practices don't erase the pain, but they ground her in the present and offer her a way to live in alignment with her truth. Through this process, Parvati begins to embrace a radical self-love that no longer hinges on external approval or validation. Parvati redefines power not as control or domination, but as presence. She speaks of learning to say no, to set boundaries, to trust her instincts, actions that once felt dangerous or selfish now become essential to her survival. This reclamation doesn't happen overnight, but through hundreds of quiet, difficult choices. Her courage lies not in being loud, but in being unwavering. She makes it clear that softness and fierceness are not opposites, they are sisters. Throughout the book, Parvati reflects on how society trains women to suppress their anger, their ambition, and even their pain in favor of being likable. She tears down the myth of the nice girl, showing how it often leaves women voiceless, self-sacrificing, and secretly resentful. In its place, she offers a new archetype, the empowered woman who is kind but not compliant, loving but not accommodating, whole without needing to be palatable. One particularly powerful moment is when Parvati mentors younger women on a new reality show. She moves from competitor to guide, embodying a different kind of strength, one rooted in empathy and lived wisdom. This scene becomes symbolic of her transformation, from seeking power through manipulation, to holding space for others with integrity and clarity. The memoir doesn't offer easy answers or tidy conclusions. Parvati doesn't claim to have fully healed, nor does she pretend the work is done. But she shows that the act of turning toward your wounds, of naming your pain, and of stepping into your truth, again and again, is a kind of sacred rebellion. She lives this rebellion with vulnerability and fire. By the end, the reader isn't just observing a story, they are invited into a reckoning. Nice Girls Don't Win is not a rejection of kindness, it's a redefinition. True kindness, Parvati shows, must include self-respect, boundaries, and the refusal to betray yourself for comfort. She urges readers to burn down the lies they've been told about who they should be, so they can rise from the ashes of who they truly are. What remains after the fire is something extraordinary. Not perfection, not invincibility, but presence, truth, and the courage to live from the inside out. That is the power Parvati claims. And through her story, she offers you the permission to claim yours too.